Okay. No, thank you. No more thank you. No. Okay. Congratulations. Eventually. I got a new space, new universe. Okay. So after 1 month's absence, very great. Fortunately, I will be able to just see you again. Then I'll be able to just talk about what our truth self is, who we are. Then this is a very famous story, question answer in China. See, when the disciple and his master went to a funeral service, then he got a place and they just took a look at in a coffin, and then disciple asked his master, "Is it this? It is a death or alive?" So his master just answered, I won't say. If it is alive, I won't say. If it is dead, it is dead. Then again, the disciple asked again, is it death? It is dead or it is alive? His master answered again, see, I won't say. Then after a funeral, on their way back to their temple, disciple asked again, was it dead or alive? If you don't answer my question, I'll hit you. The master said, I won't say. You see, this is a very important question and answer. In order to realize who we are, why his master never say anything about, except I won't say. You see, this is very important. The question and answer, or this is a very important answer in order to who we are. See, we'll be able to understand the book, hopefully. So we go back to the Jinen Roshi saying, excuse me. Okay. Today we'd like to just study what's number. Oh yes, there is number 58. This is this is a kind of hard to understand the what's it? To say, living chance. What it is, living to chance. See, in another word, but it's very difficult to think about what it says, even in thinking way, in concept. What it says is, see, as I just always mention, when I see this, I just become as it is. It says so. Living to chance is, it says so. When I face this, I just become as I face it. See? It says so. Is it understandable? So what Jinen Roshi just teaching us is the current movement of this body. So as I just always mentioned about this body is not a human body. This is the Dharma body, entirely different from what you are thinking about body. You see, this is the Dharma. In this body, what you think about yourself never exists. See, this is totally different from what you think about what it is. This is the Dharma body. See, and this Dharma body is provided with 6 senses. See, the function of the seeing, function of the hearing, function of smelling, function of tasting, function of perceiving, and the function of thinking. 6 senses. 6 senses. See? Those six senses are exactly the same function. You see? No different at all. See? When you face this, you just become this. When you hear this sound, you just become this sound itself. And you just smell some kind of things that you just become what you smell. When you just taste, when you just taste, you just become as you face, as you taste. When you perceive the warm and the cold or whatever, you just simply as you just perceive. And thinking. See, when you think, the thinking also just come out. You simply become thinking and thought. You see, those 6 senses will function. Those 6 senses were exactly same function, no different at all. However, what people think about the sense of thinking or function of the thinking is totally different from the other 5 senses. 5 thinking. This is totally misunderstanding. Exactly same. Exactly same. The function, no different. This is very important that we realize. As I just mentioned, what people think about the thinking or thought are different, not different, exactly same. Thinking and thought. So when you face it, just thinking and so just come out without any reason. So this is very important. never be deceived. See, never be deceived. So the current movement of this body, the six senses rules, well, its experience, that's the only experience are enough. See, wherever you are, whatever you are doing, see, you can do exactly what you want to do with these six senses, without what you think about, without what you think about the self, without what you think about the self, you can do. In your daily life, you completely finish with those six senses, So as I just mentioned, without what we think about the self, without what we think about self, nothing concerned with the things what we are doing. Nothing things we can do. What we are doing is nothing concerned with what we think about the self. Without self, without any intervention of the self, what you think about the self, we can do everything right now. We can do it. So these things we have to see, we have to realize. Otherwise, we are totally misunderstood, totally misunderstand what true ourselves, who we are. Once you realize this, you'll be able to just separate from what you think about the problems, question, trouble, suffering, whatever. You'll be totally satisfied with yourself. Only these things. You don't need anything. You don't need anything. Just realize what it is. Whatever you just face, whatever you face. See, what it is. What is it? See, why you have to just become? Why you have to become as you just faced? This is the most important thing. See, without doing anything, you just simply become as you face. Without doing, you just become this sound. See, why do you have to become this sound? See, this is the most important thing. See, the thing is, this is our activity action is nothing concerned with thinking or thought. What people just thinking about our activity or the action is something concerned with the thinking or thought. This is a total misunderstanding. See? Our activity or action, nothing concerned with thinking or thought. Nothing concerned with thinking or thought. When you think about what you want to do, what you should do, then when you just do, when you act, simply you just act without what you think, what you thought of, what you have to do, what you want to do. Nothing related nothing related at all. See, this is the most important thing. Most people totally misunderstand. What people just think about is, you see, because we just think about what we have to do, what we want to do, then we can act. This is totally misunderstood. Totally misunderstand. Okay, never be deceived. Okay. So without thinking, although I don't deny, although I don't deny the king of souls, it's a very wonderful function. It's a very beautiful, the wonderful function. But the thing is, you see, our activity is nothing concerned thinking or thought. So that we don't need to, for a time being, we don't need to think about anything. Just simply just throw them away as that's enough. This is just, you see, because our activity, nothing concerned with thinking also. So when you think, the end, when you act, then just act without thinking, without self. That's reason. Then Master just teach us. See, when you just seek for the way, when you seek for ourselves, through ourselves, see, you find it to be complete and universal. See, our truth is complete and universal. What you think about the self is so tiny, such a tiny. It's not true. See, our true self is tremendous, huge, uncountable, infinite. So we have to realize this, the reality, this truth. Only this truth, only these things, you'll be able to just completely satisfy with yourself. No doubt. Okay. There is no need to borrow what is called knowledge, experience, or memory. There is no lack of anything. See? What people thinking about? See? What the people thinking about? Yeah. The reason why I want to do. So I need a kind of a knowledge, kind of study. See, this is a normal thing. Although I don't deny it, but see, what as I just mentioned about this one, see, our true self, this one is just act without knowledge. Such a wonderful thing. So this, see, then you recognize this, and when you just recognize what we are doing, what we have done after. Then you just think about, because we study, because this kind of knowledge, because of kind of things, we have done something like this or something like that. See, this is not the truth. This is not the truth. Without knowledge, without experience, we can just do it right now. Right now. See, we can just move. We can just move without any thinking. We can do it. Right. We are doing like this. See, this is a very important thing. See? Okay, there is no need to borrow what is called knowledge, experience, or memory. There is no lack of it because what truth, what our truth is complete and the universe. They say that's it. Complete and the universe is totally different from what we think about. That's totally. Our truth is not much tiny. What is that's not more tiny compared with our true self. Okay, in all our lives, it makes us restricted when what is called I manifest. So see, what we are doing, what we are doing right now is only doing without what we thinking about ourselves. See, we are just doing. We are just okay. We are just speaking, listening, eating, moving, something. Only activity, only acting is except. See, this is before recognition. See, without what we are thinking about, we are just simply doing. You see, eating, talking, whatever, whatever you do, without I, without I. Then you recognize that activity, that movement. Then you put the I with it. See, before recognition, there is no I. What you think about, there is no what you think about the self. We can just simply act. You see, without I, without subject. This is true. What's going on right now. Oh, this is a marvelous. This is marvelous thing. So you have to just realize this reality. Okay, he is saying this. The truth is not like this, isn't it? See? After, you see, before recognition, without I, without subject, without what we think about self, we can do, we are doing everything. We can do everything without I, what to think about self. Then you just recognize what we are doing, what we have done. Then you put the I there on it. See? Then you're just totally confused. You're gonna have a problem. You have a question. You have a trouble. So before recognition, you see what we think about self, ego never exists. Never exists. Hi. Very congratulations. Very, very wonderful. Okay, then you just put you just put the I after recognition. Then, as I just mentioned, then when you just recognize I, then at the same time, what you think about other just come up. When you recognize death, when you recognize death, all the same time, almost same time, that what you think about the other just come out. Then it's a kind of endless fighting, conflict. It's all right. But before recognition, you see what you say, what think about themselves, what think about the other. Others never exist. Yeah. This must totally peace. Before this is our true self. We recognize kind of fighting, endless fighting, anything just come on. So, excuse me. Okay. We can't just listen to him because thought like does come up. It's quite not even not be understood. But what it says is, as I just mentioned, once you just recognize this as I, as what you think about the self or ego, then at the same time, almost same as the other just come up. Before recognize this, what you think about the other never exists. So totally peace, totally peace. So these things, this reality, this facts, we have to just realize. Otherwise, we never be able to just satisfy it with anything. See, once you just realize this, you totally satisfy with everything. Any situation, any kind of circumstance, any trouble. This reality, the Shakai Buddha realized. The first person who realized this fact, this reality. Okay, although it appears to be someone else's business, then I'll take it as the own state of right now. And they are asking you what you are doing on this point. So, what each stage. So, what you just, if you just realize who you are, if you really are sincere, if you sincerely realize who you are, see? When you face death, you just become as you face it. This reality, this fact, you have to run. You see, it shows what you think, what you just call the circumstances or environment. It's just the teaching who you are. See, this is that. See, and the more you just release thinking or thought as the more you become what you are facing. See, this the reality, this circumstance, this environment just teach you who you are. This is Zazen. See? This Zazen we have to do. See? That what's Zazen? What's Zazen is whatever just thinking also just come out in your mind. See, the thinking also just come out without any reason. So it's not necessary to take. It's not necessary to take care. See, simply just release as this is enough. See, the more you can do, the more what you think about what's called environment, the circumstances just to teach you who you are. Then eventually, as the master Dogen just teaching us, you see, what you think about body and mind drop away by Zen self. See? Nothing exists at all. See, then truth, then essential self, see, will manifest. Oh. They say, when you face this, I just become dead. See, when I face this, I just become dead. Only these things, only this reality, nothing else. It's only this. Wherever you are, whatever you are doing, only these things. Nothing others never just come out, never happen. Only this when you face it. Is there anything? Is there anything happen? Is there anything what you're thinking about? Something else in your mind happen? Never happens. Oh, this is really very. You see, never deceived, never be deceived by your thinking. Okay. So, excuse me. At first glance, if you understand that you are just following, you are mistaken. This is the world living to chance. The world living to is often taken to mean that you are there to follow the teaching. But if you have to go through such a procedure, it is not a called living chance. Yes. What it says, what it says is, see. So as far as thinking of thought, see, when I say, you just face so you just become so, you just become as you face it. When I say so, so you try to become as it is. See, this is total misunderstanding. This is still within thinking of thought, still within thinking thought. See, trying to try. This is within a thing. See, you just release this trying to. You have to release. You have to just lower these things. This is still within a thing. Still within a thing. So, what people just try to do is, okay, I try to become as it is. This is still within thinking. See, this kind of thinking is not necessary. Just this is safe. This is never misunderstood. Never misunderstanding. This kind of thinking is also unnecessary. Just through them. Okay. So as I said, you just release the thinking or thought coming up in your mind as the, so you just become as you just become. Without doing this, you don't need to try to do it. Just simply throw away, simply release, throw the thing, release the thinking and so. So you, without doing anything, you simply become as you face. See, as Zen Master just said, Dogen teaches. See, without doing anything, what you're thinking about the mind and body, they dropped away by Zen self. We don't need to do anything. Simply just release the thinking of thought as there. This is enough. This is totally enough. You don't need to do anything, any more things. Simply you just throw release the thinking of thought. This is enough. Okay. 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 When you're hearing this, there is no doubt that the fact exists. You can't say, I didn't hear or I didn't know whether you hear or not. Is that it was already, it's what it says is, see, when I clap my sound, you just become this sound itself, but you never be able to aware of be what it is, because one. See, you never be aware of, you never be able to be aware of what it is, one. See, then you recognize this sound later, after. Then you just recognize, the Jinen just clap out his hand and the sound will come out. That sound come. That is not true. That is not true. See? When I just clap my hand, yes, you simply become this sound. You never be able to be aware of what it is, because one. Then you look at this. Then what you thinking about sound, but that is not true. The reality already over. Nothing left. Nothing left. It's very important. See? What's the people just what's the cause of the trouble or suffering or a question is, see, after this reality, people just recognize this and try to just figure out, try to deal with what it is. But reality, nothing left at all. This is totally useless. Totally useless. What the people are doing is exactly this. See, after reality, this gone away, gone away. Nothing else. The people just recognize the kind of waste or drug. The people just try to what's the reason that the Jinen just clapped his hand or something, just try to figure out, figure out reason, try to seek for the reason why. Totally useless. Totally useless. You don't need to do it. Okay. Before the sound, yeah, this is very important. Before the sound, before this sound, the facts was not there. See, before the sound, see, nothing happened. Nothing happened at all right now. Then the facts, when the sound disappears, the fact is gone. The fact is gone. Nothing left. Totally finished. Totally end. That's the reason. Nothing left. Nothing. So that why we have to just, as I just mentioned, why do we have to just seek for the reason why? See? The fact is gone away. Yeah, this is a very important thing. That's how it's. That is how it's formed. That's how we all live. See? Only this function, this the movement, this activity. That's it. That's it. Nothing else. Nothing than what you think about the cause and the effect, because something like the other whatever. Only this. All this thing exists. Only this thing. See, none of others. See, so that whatever just the things just come out in your eyes. What kind of the sound come out? What kind of the sound come out? See, in your ears or whatever. Just as it is, and totally gone away, totally disappears. Nothing left. So that why you have to just try to think about what the reason is. You see, nothing less. So that we're not going to have any trouble question providence, because nothing less as a reality. See, this is very important thing. Okay, dependent organization. Dependent origination works like that. See? Our total that activity or action just happen without, as I just mentioned, without what we think about self or ego. Then totally at the end, totally finished, totally disappeared without anything left. Nothing totally, you see, anything left. So we never have any question or trouble or problem. Nothing there. Nothing there. Just as it is. Just as it is. See? You simply become as you faced it. Without intervention of what you thinking about self or ego. See? There is no distance. There is this no distance between this and this. Exactly as it is, oneness. What you think about the self-ego never exists between this and this. Totally become this. This reality, this the fact, the truth. We have to realize that. Otherwise we have a totally, otherwise we are totally deceived by thinking so. Even we just suffer from. We just wanna suffer from what you think about the question, trouble, whatever. We can't do it. We can't do it because what we think about the self or ego never exists. Never exists. That's a creation. What you think about the self or the ego is just creation. Creation over the thinking or thought, delusion. Never be deceived. So, if we just if we just realize this truth, this is the most important thing, most valuable things for us to do. See? Once you realize through yourself, you never have any trouble at all. Totally satisfied with everything without doing anything. So as a as I just mentioned, one square meter space is enough. See? That's a huge space. That's a huge space. But this 1 square meter space become whole universe. Very fortunate. Only thing. Tom-san, how are you? this, see? Although people just thinking about that, this tiny space, 1 square meter space, but it's become total universe. Very fortunate. Until then, you do that. Okay. Hi, thank you so much. So see you the day after tomorrow. Thank you, Tom-san.